This past weekend we had a pretty good card on Showtime. A bunch of 122-pound fighters, junior featherweights. I was going to say junior bantam, junior featherweights. The first one was a guy named Raeese Aleem stopping a guy named Vic Pasillas in the 11th round. And I really liked Aleem's style, man. He has a very awkward way that he moves about the ring, but he's defensively responsible and offensively very difficult to time. I liked how, he would throw punches while Pasillas was punching, and he would be landing shots at kind of awkward angles. And I think he had too many skills for Pasillas, who, with the exception of the first 2-3 rounds where he was landing some shots, it was very difficult for him to get an offensive rhythm, against Aleem. Aleem would throw this really awkward, 2-1 where he would throw the backhand into the front hand and then he would dip down and try to make a move from there. And I think the awkwardness of that move just kept throwing Pasillas off and kept throwing him off. And he was just a little too much for him. And I think that he's probably a handful for anybody at 122 with, he has excellent head movement. He throws really awkward combinations. He throws hard body shots, at this weight. I think he hits very hard. So I think he's a handful for anybody at 122. I don't think 122 is as hot as it was a couple of years ago. So I think there's an opportunity for somebody to kind of step in and be the guy at this weight, which I think was a little more on the line in the main event between Stephen Fulton and Angelo Leo, which was a great fucking fight. This was like a low-key a sleeper of a fight. If you weren't watching this one, this is a good one to go back and watch. The first 8 rounds, you could tell, because I've seen both of these guys once before, and Fulton definitely seems like he's more of an outside fighter, and Leo's obviously, seems like more of a Mexican style fighter that wants to get inside and be rough, but he's also really smart. Like, he gets body contact and he kind of uses angles and shifts around as he's throwing punches. And surprisingly, from the opening bell, it seemed like Fulton was cool with having that kind of fight with Leo. And they were literally, it wasn't like keep you at the end of the jab and we'll outmaneuver each other. These guys were literally body-to-body contact, pushing each other around, sliding around after a combination. It was like very slippery, high-level inside stuff. And it was a great fight. And then I would say it was basically even, through the first 7-8 rounds. And then it was kind of just like Fulton had that one more gear, and I think Leo had put so much into that inside fight, and it wasn't getting him what he needed it to get him. He wasn't landing enough hard body shots. He never hurt Fulton. So Fulton, for the last 4 rounds, sort of mixing it up. He would jab and move. He would go back in the pocket. And I think he just really separated himself, in the last third of that fight. So, this was really a great fight. Again, if you didn't get a chance, I will go back and watch this one. And I think that Stephen Fulton, very exciting young fighter. I think that a fight between him and Raeese Aleem, I don't see why not. It seems like, maybe that's part of why they're on the same card. So I think you could look for Stephen Fulton and Raeese Aleem sometime this year.